Hello and good day. My name is Richard Koenigs, and I work with Home Run Realty in Mankato. In addition to the information I'm going to give you, I just wanted to give you a face to go with all those messages that you've probably been receiving. Now, I plan to keep this as short and informational as possible. Now, I'm compelled to reach out to prospective home buyers today after an event that happened yesterday to a family member of mine. Now, there's a quote that really gets to the heart of the issue of what I really want to discuss today. And that was, there's a Roman philosopher named Seneca. And he's quoted as saying, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Now, I refer to say good fortune instead of luck, since luck just seems to imply something that's completely outside of your control. Now, this fits just about every aspect of your life, including real estate. And it's one of the very reasons I decided to get into this line of business in the first place. Now, it might not be your particular situation, but I hear from many people who will tell me that, they're just looking and don't have any real plans to move forward for 6, 9, 12, or even more months. Now, basically what that says is they don't see a need for a real estate professional at that particular time. I get it. Now, what nearly every one of them ends up feeling is that they wish they had begun some sort of legwork earlier. Now, instead of having a smooth process that ends up with them being in the home of their dreams, they wind up feeling beat up, and worse yet, maybe settling for a property they aren't in love with. Now, I get it. I was a first-time home buyer myself, and then next I became a home buyer with a property to sell. I wish to help everyone with whom I'm blessed to work experience as close to a best-case scenario as possible. Basically, I just want to help you avoid the crap I went through. What I found out is that getting into the market can feel an awful lot like stepping onto a fast-running treadmill. Now, we've all watched those videos where some confident-looking person in workout gear, they find out what it's like to lose their balance, and even sometimes their shorts, and it all happens just like that. Now, when a person tries to enter the market unprepared, a process that should be pleasant can get turned into a series of heartaches, letdowns, and frustrations. For the more experienced people, this may seem like it's old hat information, but please just bear with me while I explain. Those with less experience, typically the process goes like this. A person will get pre-qualified, or better yet, pre-approved by a lending institution. There's a difference between those two, and I want you to just remember that, to put it in the back of your mind, because I'll be coming back to it. They then go and shop for and find the property that they want. They make an offer, and if that offer is accepted, a series of events begins to take place. These include, but aren't limited to, the inspection, the appraisal, the loan underwriting, and of course, if necessary, the selling of their current home. Now, these items are also where many of the roadblocks, or as a market analyst I spoke to calls them, a bounce generally occurs. Now, depending on your particular situation, each of those items end up being listed as a contingency in your offer. The inspection and the appraisal I list first, and when negotiating, outside of price, they're the two that least impact a seller, whether a seller is going to consider accepting your offer. They have more control over those, and if something comes back, let's say in the inspection, it can either be remedied or renegotiated, and maybe in the appraisal it might be appealed or negotiated as well. And the last two, underwriting, which is the loan approval, and the sale of an existing home, well, from a seller's point of view, they're less favorable. Again, it's because they're out of the seller's control. They are, however, with some proper planning, within the home buyer's control, meaning you can be in the driver's seat. Now, it might not seem like it, but ultimately the buyer sets the price. All things being equal, if two exact same properties were on the market, you're going to buy the least expensive one. Now, in real estate world, we were taught that's known as substitution. You probably just call it common sense. The question then is this: why not put yourself in the best possible position before you enter the market? That's where I come in. Together with my proprietary Lender Ready program and my knowledge of the real estate process, my team of financial, professionals and I will assess and help eliminate as many roadblocks and speed bumps as early as possible. Now, what if you were ready to buy earlier than you previously thought? Now, remember when I said that people generally get pre-qualified or pre-approved? Do you know the difference? It's an important difference. Did you know that getting your credit report from one of the online credit report services often gives you misleading information, and more importantly, it's not the report lenders even look at anyway? Now, what if I told you there was something better? What if, by fitting the preparation of your home buying purchase into your overall financial picture, we could put you in the best negotiating position with both the banks and the sellers? Now, that could mean a lower interest rate, maybe a bigger down payment, even lower insurance rates. On another note, when negotiating with the seller, it could mean you end up with the house you want versus the disappointment of having to go back to the drawing board in the searching process. This is, in essence, what the Lender Ready program was designed to do. It is what sets me apart from the rest of the agents you're going to meet. Now, for most people, buying a home is the single biggest investment they're ever going to make. Now, we believe it is the first step. That's us. We believe it is a first step in building generational wealth. Not only will we do what we can to ease the process of purchasing your home, we will give an individualized practical plan to help you pay off your loan more quickly, saving you time and money that can be better spent on your dreams rather than those of the bank. Now, the final contingency is when the buyer has a house to sell before taking possession of that new property. It puts you in the least favorable negotiating position due to the chain of events that's going to have to occur before that contract is complete. And it is almost completely out of the seller's control. I say almost because you might find that unicorn seller who could know someone who will buy your property so that their deal goes through. I do not recommend that you count on that. Now, people very often underestimate the amount of time and work it takes to get a property ready to list. Now, in handling my parents' estate, I came face to face with what 57 years of accumulation of stuff looks like. Now, I also learned what goes into a complete foundation repair in a finished basement. I tell you this only to impress upon you the importance of getting an outside perspective and a coach who can keep your eye on the prize when your will to do the hard work begins to fade. I'm truly grateful for the realtor I hired who was there for me, and I'd love the opportunity to help you in any way I can. Well, I've taken up enough of your time. I hope you learned some valuable information, but I guess I do know this. Even if this is as far as you and I go, and the foundation that I've laid out here can begin to lead you in a direction that will drastically improve your home buying experience, that'll be a win. For those who truly have interest in putting themselves at the crossroads of opportunity and preparation, hit the link below. To everyone, I wish you good fortune.